3.3 million years ago, a hammer was just like your smartphone. It enabled you to do much more than your body was capable of. Fast forward, and we have this, a proper hammer. This modern claw hammer is probably the most famous hammer in the world. It's simple and effective. But since hammers can be used for different applications, their variety is huge. Here we pick just a few of them to get you started. We will show you a few tips on how to keep all of your fingers. We will check if there is a relation between shooting arrows and driving nails, and even teach you an easy mind trick. Assuming you already know that, we invite you to TME's website for other types of hammers. Let's go! A hammer is a tool that is used to strike objects, whether it is to fix them or to destroy them. It has two main parts, the head and the handle. Both can be made from various materials. The shape of the head depends on the purpose of the hammer, so it can be a claw, a round pin, a straight pin, or it can just be flat. On the other end of the head, we have the neck and the face with which you hit, right? The side of the head is called the cheek, and this is connected to the handle with the wedge. This is basically the anatomy of a hammer. Now let's focus just on the head. You use it repetitively over years, exposing it to different impacts, so it is advisable to choose a material that will expand its lifespan and keep it in a good shape. To keep your head safe is never easy. If it is made of metal, it shouldn't be too hard, as it may chip, or too soft, as it may deform while being used. Other heads, due to their specific applications, are made of plastic, titanium, stainless steel or brass. Well, to compare, my head weighs about 6 kilograms. Hammer head may go from 3 to 9, so it goes somewhere in the middle, meaning I can use my head for precision and finesse, but less likely for heavy strikes that require force. To make a deadly blow, with this head, you need to use some sort of extension, well, potentially a handle. The handles were introduced only around 30,000 BCE, which means that we were using our hands for striking for more than 3 million years. The handles can be made of wood, steel or composite material. Two of the most widely used wood types for handles, of course, are ash and hickory. They are both in the hardwood category. They are dense, stiff and robust, and this means they can be used with tools that are abused, like baseball bats, hockey sticks and, of course, hammer handles. Still, wood as a natural material might deshape or become loose, so you need to take proper care of it. The most common scenario of a handle failure is when you overstrike, meaning you miss the nail and the handle takes all the impact instead. On the other hand, composite materials like fiberglass will never shrink or change their shape, and there is a slighter chance you will break them. The main drawback is its shock absorption potential. In both cases, your priority is to use a well-balanced hammer with no disruption to your arm or to your work. The length of the handle also introduces a change to the strike itself. The longer, the more powerful, but with less control from the user. The claw hammer is one of the most versatile hammers. If you have ever used a hammer, most probably it was the one, and it's a must for your toolbox. It is useful for praying, splitting wood, tearing drywall, extracting nails and other small demolition tasks. A similar hammer to the claw one is the framing hammer. However, it's a bit different. It has a straight claw, it weighs more, the handle is longer and sometimes it comes with a milled face. Those small changes enable it to bring down extreme force on large nails with less slippage. But while the polished face is more forgiving, the waffle face leaves marks on the material and can mess up with your fingers. Another popular hammer is the straight pin hammer. It is designed for shaping and bending metal and putting nails in place. The specific straight pin hammer from CK weighs about 500 grams. The face is made of carbon steel and the handle shaft is made from hickory. To increase the grip, CK coated the lower section of the handle with textured non-slip lacquer. Well, similar to the straight pin hammer, we have the ball-peen hammer. Its purpose is shaping metals, riveting and pinning by hammering. Here we have the Baco ball-peen hammer. It can be used as a general purpose tool or with cold chisels. In situations where you need to hit something softly but firmly, like woodworking, shaping a sheet of metal, or setting the ties, you use a rubber hammer just like this one from Stahlwille. It has two plane surfaces, it weighs about 1.4 kilograms and conforms to DIN 5128. Perhaps it means nothing to you, but for the professional, it is important to use hammers that are certified and won't fall apart or make unnecessary damage. Another hammer that is sometimes referred to as a mallet is the dead blow hammer. Well, from the outside it looks like a mallet, but it is very different. It is designed to minimize any damage to the contact area with minimal rebound and is used for automotive applications, setting joints and machine engineering. As an example, we have Viha here. It has a steel tube handle. The hammer head is filled with a special metal filling and it prevents recoil. And if you are familiar with Viha color codes, you know that yellow striking faces indicate semi-hard material. Well, now we can compare it to a regular rubber mallet and see the recoil. Now, this might seem like a déjà vu, and you will say, hey, another claw or framing hammer. Well, God is in the details. This one is called the Electrician's hammer. The differences are that it's lighter and has a flat claw which allows you to reach into deep crevices. Be aware that it is not insulated and you should not use it for taking out nails from concrete. The Electrician's hammer from Viha is a great choice. It is very well balanced. The claw allows you to remove nails and nail clamps from dry walls and wood with ease, and this D-shaped head makes it suitable for jobs in confined environments. But that's not all. There are two additional hardened surfaces on the handle for striking delicate materials like cables and dowels. And one more thing, thanks to the uniform weight distribution, the hammer seems to swing itself, and as a result, the stress on muscles and tendons is reduced. When they tell you to bring a hammer to your workday, but they don't specify what you're about to hit, it is safe to bring the whole kit, right? Here, once again, we have a set from Viha. Those soft-faced split-head hammers can be used in projects that require force without leaving markings on the surface. The hammer set contains 8 interchangeable round hammer faces that go from soft up to very hard. These heads can be quickly and easily changed, well, for the task you're about to do, with the supplied hexagon L key. The soft-faced hammer can deliver measured individual blows to more fragile materials or a powerful series of blows in heavy industry. There's one hammer without which our offer would be incomplete. Our product engineers worked hard to get it, and voila! We got Thor's hammer. Well, not this one. Wielded only by the worthy ones, Mjolnir is a versatile tool that brings peace to your work or peace with your enemies. It is best known in battle, but in our daily lives, it can strike any nail, shape any stone and set fire to the rain. Unfortunately, not everyone can find it in the offer because it's only for the worthy ones. But if you do, let us know. So, these are just a few types of hammers. For most of the jobs, you will be using a claw hammer or straight pin hammer. For delicate jobs where you need to protect the surface, you will need something like a rubber or a wooden mallet. And for restoring peace to the universe, you should use Thor's hammer. But before you do that, please learn how to handle it. And there is no better way to learn stuff when they are on a massive scale. Follow me. Hold the hammer as if you were giving a handshake. Place the nail perpendicularly to the surface and hold the nail at the top, never at the bottom. Imagine you are in a magic show. Never remove your eyes from the target. You snooze, you lose. It's all about hand-eye coordination. And make sure you're wearing PPE. Hold the hammer near the end of the handle. This gives you full control of the striking and prevents you from using excessively your muscles. Don't be a 3-year-old princess that shocks the hammer and tries to hit the nail with small bursts. To avoid splitting wood, which might happen especially when it's hardwood like oak, drill a pilot hole that is smaller than the nail. Another option is to blunt the tip of the nail. This way the nail divides the wood fibers rather than bending them. If the nail is very small, then you can use a sponge or cardboard to hold it instead of holding it with your fingers. And the best way to avoid smashing your fingers is to ask someone else to hold the nail instead. To show you that hand-eye coordination is very important, we're going to have a small competition between the three of us, Witek, Alex and I. So first, to check who has the better hand-to-eye coordination, we're going to shoot some arrows. Then each of us is going to strike 5 nails into the wood with the same hammer. In theory, the one who has the highest score shooting arrows is also going to finish first handling the nails properly. So, let the games begin. Here is a mind trick that works almost every time. Answer all of these questions as fast as possible. 2 plus 3, 5 plus 5, 8 plus 7, 17 plus 24, 65 plus 16, 121 plus 34. Almost done, just one more task. 15 plus 17. Now very quickly think of a tool and a color and name them out loud. Just say the word which comes to your mind first. Was it a red hammer? Well, of course. As one thinks of a hammer, well, it seems the simplest tool in the universe. But in fact, every hammer has a twist. Just think about it. Carpentry, blacksmithing, waging wars, lawmaking, or presiding. It all makes us humans, and it wouldn't be possible without a simple tool already mentioned, the hammer. By the way, why use nails if you can drive a screw through the wood? Because the nail is more elastic, the screw is more brittle and will break as the wood expands or moves.
Kamera poszła.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Good.
Nailed it.